Hello again, viewers, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. My name is Solomon, your host, and today we have our special guest twice in the space of 2 weeks. So this is special. Mr. Ben, welcome.
Thanks, Bruce. Hello, listeners. Good to have you back, and good to be back.
Nice. You're doing so well, so that's why we have to have you on, man. To represent, to steal those ideas, of course.
Touch wood.
That you would,
But yeah, so far so good. So far so
because
good. I can't
it's
complain.
it's 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 been a strange one because most of these content creators and even us, me and Chama, are kind of struggling this season. It's I don't know, something is just weird. Where it doesn't matter whatever you do, it's like you just keep seeing red arrows almost every game week. It's impressive. but,
Thank God I am not a
but
content
yeah,
creator.
I know. So you don't get the pressure, right, to deliver. So yeah. Um. So timestamp is Thursday here, the 26th of September. It's about 6:36 a.m. in the U.S., California. What's the timestamp over there?
3:36 p.m.
TPM. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We are recording game week 6 preview. So yeah, I think both of us are wildcarding this game week. So we'll see, what the different variations of our teams are or what we are thinking. Obviously, it's going to change as the game week deadline comes along. There's many changes there, there's many thoughts that you have in your mind that you want to put forward. So many different attractive picks, as well. And depending on your budget, yeah, how many premiums you can fit in your team. But before we get into that, let's just try and go into the game week 6 results. Let me put up on the screen here so we can go through those quickly. West Ham had lost at home to Chelsea 3-0. So as a Man U fan, I can tell you that we are competing with Chelsea right now, and I don't like seeing Chelsea win because they're stealing one of our spots in the Champions League places. But yeah, that was a surprising result. 3-0. Aston Villa 3-1 Wolves, Fulham 3-1 Newcastle, Leicester 1-1 Everton, Liverpool 3-0 Bournemouth, and then Southampton 1-1 with Ipswich, Spurs 3-1 Brentford, and then Man U 0-0 with Crystal Palace. Very disappointing result. Did you get to watch any of the games
Oh yeah,
last weekend?
yeah. I did. I actually watched the Man City Arsenal game. I think that was the only one that I watched throughout the weekend.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That I forgot to
Yeah,
show that. That was oh you have oh sorry.
yeah.
Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and then you have Man City, Arsenal. I actually watched that as well. I think that
Okay.
was
I
yeah, that
also
was
watched the first half of Brighton versus Forest, but I
Forest,
couldn't watch
okay.
the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, Brighton, man, they started off well the past. I mean, the first two games, but now it seems like they're struggling to get momentum because I was expecting that they'll probably win this game against Nottingham Forest. But yeah,
I don't
uh,
know. Minte was
mhm.
on the bench, and Joao Pedro was
Oh,
also on the bench. But Joao Pedro actually came back from international break with an injury. I think
injury, yeah.
he's ruled out for game week 6. I don't know whether it's too early to mention that or not, but we'll come back to
He's
that.
ruled out for game week
Yeah,
six.
yeah, he's ruled out. Yeah,
Oh, that's going to have an impact on our teams. But yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
That's why I said we'll come back to that because the
Yeah.
wildcard draft that I currently have might actually change because of that.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Man City Arsenal. I think this was the talk of the week. you know.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the game? Basically, let me just go into that first.
Good game. Say what you may about Arsenal defending, but obviously 10
Hmm.
against 11 for what a minimum of 45 minutes at the Etihad. Any other team will do exactly what Arsenal did.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah, they will definitely defend and basically try to grind out a result. And this is after they were 2-1 up. So I don't know what fans expect them to do to come out and then be slaughtered by City. I think Adete and the team are too smart for that. One key takeaway: I am fascinated by Arsenal and their set pieces. They keep on getting goals from set pieces, and like if you look at the second goal, that is the Gabriel goal, right? They
Hmm.
try the same routine, just moments, the same corner, the same players blocking the keeper, the same movement, Gabriel got to the ball, but then it was basically headed above the crossbar. The second time it actually went in. I kept on saying that set piece coach needs to be, I don't know,
Given
needs
a
to be.
raise.
I mean, his salary needs to go up and obviously get a lot more bonuses.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. I think watching the game, right? I feel like it's very difficult to get a reaction from Man City because they've been so dominant the past few seasons, right? Nobody has ever come close to. Maybe Liverpool have
Yeah,
come close to, like, rattling them, but this
yeah,
time around, I felt like they were rattled. There's a time in a league where the dominant team feels like they're challenged, like genuinely challenged. The
yeah,
past two seasons, we've seen Arsenal come close to taking, like the winning the league,
yeah.
but in Man City's own mind, it wasn't. Arsenal were not really a threat to them. This season, I feel
Okay.
like the past few seasons, they're coming closer and closer. And this time
Mhm.
around, like they couldn't believe that Man City actually wanted to come into their own home and try to beat them. If it wasn't for the red card, I think Arsenal we're gonna probably win the game. That's my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
So so
the same
mhm.
same opinion also.
Yeah, they can feel there's a shift in the momentum, or like a kind of like a disturbance, basically, in what people have come to know as, or Man City always dominating the Premier League. I wish that Arsenal win it because it's getting a bit boring. Maybe some of it is just me wishing that we have a new champion, even though it's not my team, basically. But yeah, that was that was my takeaway. It was an interesting game to watch. I wish we didn't have the red card because there would have been a lot of goals in that game. I'm sure of it if there were no red cards involved. But yeah,
And I
the
think,
red card was also deserved too.
yeah, I think Arsenal also needs
Silly.
to, I
Mhm.
mean, learn from their, from their silly red cards.
Yeah, I,
I
I I
mean,
feel I feel yeah,
yeah,
that was a
yeah.
very silly.
Rice got the same
In
red card.
hmm.
I mean, I forgot against who. So
Who?
the same thing again.
Trossard?
No, no, I mean Rice. Rice got a very similar red card before the
Oh
Trossard
yeah, I
one.
think 2 games. Yeah, two
Yeah,
games before. Yeah, he
yeah,
got.
two games
Yeah, they
before
should.
that.
Yeah. And it might hamper the momentum of the team, basically. But yeah. Enough about the results. Let's jump right into FPL teams for Game Week 5. So you can share yours. Yeah, okay. You can share your team for Game Week 5, and let's see how well you did. Seems like it's been a very good week for you. I mean, season for you so far, man. Yeah, I'm
I
jealous.
boy, I will do. I just hope the wild card with them nakala warta duka ya.
Well,
But I I mean I needed people because my bench was really weak.
okay.
Yeah, so that's the issue. So for example, Joao Pedro, Sunyuton and then Minte Sunyuton, I was already starting to basically struggle.
Mm. So
Yeah.
take us through your team. Like how many points and points for each player.
So
Oh yeah. Mhm.
yeah, so I think it was a good game week. I got 80 points, which is about 22 points above the average. The average was
Good
58.
enough.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's good. That's good enough. And I mean, the defense did it for me. Like, if we go back to a week earlier, game week 4, none of my defenders basically returned anything. So, and this time around, every one of the defenders actually
Hmm.
returned something. So the goalkeeper to the three defenders actually returned. So Trent basically came with 11 points. He was the highest performing player for me.
Hmm.
Robertson, I did a double Liverpool defense. Robertson with 6 points. Konza conceded, but then scored, so he got 9 points. Dean Henderson 9 points, and then the midfield also everyone returned but Minte. So
Hmm.
Smith Rowe continuously helping my team by returning. If I'm not mistaken, that must be what 4 returns out of 5
Hmm.
or something like that. So he has practically returned in every game week. Salah was my captain. He got an assist, so 6 points. That will make it 12. As I said, Minte came off the bench, didn't do anything worthwhile from an FPL point of view. Saka got the assist from that Gabriel header a corner, and then he was substituted because of the red
Yeah,
card.
he was sacrificed basically.
He was
So
sacrificed. Yeah.
that was unfortunate. Yeah,
And then Rogers finally
finally,
10
Rogers
points
points.
from Rogers. I think finally
Uh,
got Rogers point. I
uh,
think I got in game week 2 or game week 3, if I'm not mistaken.
we're celebrating these points,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
This
yeah,
it's
yeah.
been a long
I mean,
time coming. Yeah.
definitely. So Haaland continues to do Haaland things. 5 game weeks, 5 returns, 10 goals in 5 games, an average of 2 goals per game.
Mhm.
And then Joao Pedro again, he came off the bench and they didn't do anything worthwhile from an FPL point of view. So 11 players, 9 returned. Only the Brighton assets didn't return anything. So
Yeah,
it was a good
that's
game.
a yeah, that's a good. It was a very 440 thousand rank in the game week, and then your
Yeah,
overall rank is now 92. It's like in the top
yeah,
100K. I mean, come
yeah.
on, man. You cannot be
Top
better
100,
than this.
yeah. Definitely,
Always
I can't ask for
green
more.
arrow. Yeah. On the other side of things, let me share my
Let's look
um
at yours. How did you perform?
not great. To be honest, I was expecting because I think the first game, not the first game week, but the first day of the game week, I was
Mhm.
on like 17 points or something. Like it was terrible. I was like, oh, this is going to be really bad. But
Yeah.
overall, 51 points. Durant came through. So let me just go to my team. Henderson with 9 points, Pedro Porro with 2. Lewis didn't play. Obviously, he didn't come in. What's it called? Robinson with 2 points. I think he's on his way out of my team, anyways. Savio, who was my differential pick, who I brought in about 2 or 3 game weeks ago, finally came through with 7 points. Minte with 1, Rashford with 1 point, Saka with 4. So my midfield was just terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can just see Havertz with 2 points, Duran with 5, and then Haaland with what's it, 18 points.
Nine.
So basically,
Oh,
yeah.
how
So
many
basically,
captain?
I no, I captain Jota,
Oh, lucky you.
and lucky me. Think that was the thing. I was sweating, man. I just hope Jota doesn't come in and give me 1 point.
Imagine,
'Cause
imagine him coming on in the 89th minute.
oh boy. So as soon as I didn't see him start, I was like, I was like, this is gonna be a terrible. I just knew it was gonna be a terrible game week. So
Yeah.
so I was lucky enough to just at least have 51 points, just about 7, above the
Of the
average or below the
budget.
average. It's not bad. Yeah, it could have been worse. 7.4 million game week, and now my rank is now what? I think I'm at 3 point something, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been I don't know. It's been given. My rank is now 3.5 basically. So you can see over there, like not good, but I think if I don't make changes now, it's probably going to affect me in a while. So yeah, that's that. That's that. So yeah, I think we're going to also discuss game week wildcard draft. Sorry, so that will probably give us time to see what is wrong with my team, especially. I don't think you needed to change anything in your team, but yeah, maybe
I mean, I had
you know
a weak bench. That's one, and two. I'm also chasing the good fixtures. So if you look at my
true.
current team, there's no Brentford asset, and they are
Mhm.
basically heading to some
The
good
good
fixtures.
fixtures, yeah.
There's only one Arsenal asset, and at least
Mhm.
Arsenal again, the coming weeks are actually very good fixtures for them. So I have to. FPL is all about fixtures, right? Form and fixture. So I definitely need to go after those fixtures. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, we'll go to just give an update on the Kotu Classic Mini-league. It is becoming more and more competitive, but at least you have broken into the top 10, which is good. So
Too early. Still too early.
yeah, I mean, I said early, but yeah, it's even good to get in there at some point in the season, man. That's
I will take that.
that's
Definitely.
that's something. I'm telling you. So
Definitely.
our manager of the week. Let me just share this. Is in 1 second. Yeah, our manager of the week is
Wow.
Borussia Eudiasi. It's from Ghana. Yeah, with 102 points. I mean, gonna get
Did
any better
he
than
active?
this?
Did he play any chip? That's a
There's
lot.
no chip, no chip, no chip at all.
Wow.
Yeah, Sanchez
Wow.
in goal. You can see it's Gabriel, Van de Ven, Konate, Mitoma, Rogers, Palmer, Luis Diaz, Watkins, Solanke, Haaland. I mean, this is a good team, man. I mean, you can even wildcard into this
Yeah,
team, barring the Arsenal, assets and maybe Brentford, like you said. But yeah, so congrats
definitely.
for being the manager of the week. Yeah,
Congrats. That's
oh,
huge.
congrats. Yeah, that was huge. So we'll also talk about the top five of the Kotu Classic. There's some movement. There's always movement. The top five. You just entered here at 9 right now, but starting at 5 is Keba Sawane. In fourth is Etui. I can't even pronounce his name. Winner. Okay, Winner. So some strange names. And then Purushe Aidu, which we was talk about, Kwame Boachi, moving to third, straight into third. And then dropping down to second is Bakari Minte. He was, I think,
Yeah,
first, if
100.
you remember, last week. Yeah, he was first
Yeah,
last week, or
yeah.
2 weeks ago. I can't remember.
Was for
And
a
then
long time
Christopher,
actually.
yeah, for a while. And then now
Yeah.
he's finally been breached by Christopher Blair. He was also on the pod at some point. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan.
Congrats,
Yeah,
Chris.
congrats. Yeah, I hope he keeps it up. To lead. But it's tight, man. It's just 1 point separating him and second place. So things are going to be moving along in this league because the league is tough this season, man. I can't even get a sniff, man. Honestly, nothing.
You'll get there.
um,
It's still
yeah.
too early anyway. So
I mean, it's FBL. I think the past season or past 2 seasons, the points difference hasn't been much compared to other
okay.
seasons. Yeah, so that's why it's competitive. Everybody has the information. Everybody, there's a lot of content on YouTube for you to go and pick out your team.
Yeah,
To see which players are being targeted. So yeah, unless you don't want to really like put the effort into it, you
yeah,
know. Well, basically, there's resources out there for you if you want to do well. So yeah, we go to our wildcards. So this is the wildcard draft. I'll probably start with you. So you will share like your wildcard draft, and we'll see what you were thinking. Starting off with this first one. What are your thoughts when you were assembling these teams, and then yeah, and probably you update us finally because there's been some changes since I uploaded these. So I'm sure you have
yeah.
some slight
Yeah, I'm
changes
yet
there.
to do the physical change on the app itself, but there
Mm,
has been a change of thought. If I can phrase it that way.
mhm.
Uh, so if you look at please, can you show how much money I have in the bank? Because this is the draft I call my plan to go back to Salah.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get
I
if you
think
get what
I
I mean.
cropped it. Yeah, I think I cropped it. How much?
No, no, it's
How
fine.
much?
No, it's fine. I should have something around 3.7 million
Two
if
point
I'm not
seven.
mistaken.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a lot
because
of money.
if you look at this
Uh-huh.
draft, there's no Salah,
Mm-hmm.
and apart from Trent, there's no Liverpool attacker. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
thought of going without Salah is actually very
Scares you.
scary. At least for me, it scares me, right? I mean, last week when I came, I said Salah is a proven asset. I mean, he's been doing it
Mm-hmm.
over and over again. The only
Yeah.
reason why I am moving away from him is because of I'm chasing the fixtures, and Liverpool fixtures are actually changing a bit, and that's why. So with this draft, I basically have Raya and then a non-playing goalkeeper. I because I needed money to be able to go back to Salah when I need him.
Quick
But
update. Raya is flagged
right,
because he didn't play in the So that
yeah,
that
yeah,
was like I was like
yeah,
this is going to
yeah.
be interesting.
I was about to say that because I
Mm-hmm.
think Ateta was interviewed after their EFL game, and he was basically
Mm-hmm.
saying that he wasn't sure whether I will play or not. I mean, Ateta Ateta is classically like Pep. They will tell you, I'm not sure whether this player will play when.
You cannot trust their word. Yeah,
Yeah, you cannot trust them. I mean,
basically.
Ateta learned well from Pep. I have a feeling that Raya will play, but to cover myself, the next draft will show that I have a playing keeper. So
Okay.
that's it. Trent has been performing very well. I know the points say something different, but at least
Hmm.
the XA and the XGs and all whatnot, all the underlying data shows that he's
Hmm.
been doing well for the past 5 game weeks. Unlucky that he's yet to score, for example, but I mean he had a couple of assists, two if I'm not mistaken, between game week 1 to game week 5. So that's a good return. Gabriel, I can't do a wild card without Gabriel. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy,
At this point, at this rate, you can't
yeah, yeah. I
definitely.
mean, Arsenal defense it's solid, and the guy is a threat on every set piece, bit
Hmm.
corner of the kick near the box. So you need him. Yeah, Konza. I mean, Aston Villa. He's good attacking wise. Robertson might actually go, but we'll see it in the next draft. And then yeah, Van der Ven from Tottenham. Smith Rowe will stay in my team. He has been performing well. I absolutely see no reason to let go of him. So Semingo will come. Mbemo of Brentford.
Hmm.
The guy has been performing also very well
Yeah.
without Tony and even without Wisa.
Without visa,
Sak-
yeah.
Yeah, Saka obviously. Yeah, I had him since game week 1, so there's no way I'm selling him now. Rogers, he was on the
At this stage.
he was on the chopping blocks actually until he scored. so,
Now, now you've
so
tasted Vegas points. You don't want to give. You don't want to. You don't want
yeah,
to
exactly.
dispose of.
And also, I mean, his underlying data was really good,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
without a goal and all that. Haaland, obviously, I don't see Haaland leaving, but just by way of information, he was given compassionate leave to go to Norway to attend the funeral of the family friend who passed away.
Hmm.
So, but I mean, I'm sure he will come back
By the
before
weekend, yeah.
yeah, by the weekend, and definitely Calvert Lewin, because Everton fixtures are actually good going forward, and
Hmm.
he's a 90-minute man. You know, he play 90 minutes, and I
I'm worried
mean,
about his injury. That the problem is the injury.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only issue. Yeah,
his track record is not good. But the
yeah.
caveat to that, or the good thing about us having five transfers, you can accumulate 5 transfers is it's
Hmm.
easy to basically get rid of him if
Yeah.
you accumulate those transfers without taking a point hit or anything like that. Joao Pedro is flat for this week. So I mean, he was on my bench for game week 6 anyways. So now the idea is, do I sell him or do I just leave him on the bench? Because we don't know how long he will be
Hmm.
out for. So that's the
Yeah. I
thinking
feel. Yeah.
for this first draft.
I feel like if you, because your team seems like everybody plays, right?
Mhm,
Especially if you're playing your five midfielders.
mhm.
At
Yeah,
his price
definitely.
point, I don't think there's any playing striker at his price point, especially for Brighton. The only problem is how long is he going to be out for. Is he going to be in and out of the team, because they have three strikers. They have Welbeck, who's doing pretty
Right back.
well.
Yeah,
They also have
yeah.
what's this other guy, the young kid's name, Ferguson,
Yeah,
who has
Ferguson.
been
Yeah.
in and out of the team as well. So, but Pedro has been. This was supposed to be his season, with the form that
Mhm,
he's in. It's just
yeah.
unfortunate that he had the injury. But we don't
Mhm.
know how long he's going to be out for, or whether he's going to be back. Maybe probably slowly into the team, with some few minutes here and there. So, but
Exactly.
if yeah, I think at the price point, maybe you just put him on the bench and see, in the
Yeah,
next few game weeks if he
yeah.
plays.
That's the idea. But
Moving,
but the danger is
yeah.
we don't even know the type of injury he has.
Oh, okay.
There's no,
So
yeah,
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
information. Yeah, yeah,
So the
exactly.
coach is
So
not
yeah,
disclosing, yeah, whether he's going to be, yeah, okay.
yeah,
That's going to be a problem. This
yeah.
is the second draft. I don't know what the changes were, or this was supposed to be the first one, basically, and then we
No,
have another one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So with this draft, you will see that I'm trying to cover Liverpool.
Hmm.
So Luis Diaz is actually on it's actually part of the team, and that's the only difference. And a plain goalkeeper. So instead of basically having Iverson of Leicester, I have Flecken of Brentford.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
I might actually go with those two. Raya and Flanagan, and basically have Raya on Raya as part of my 11. In
Mhm.
case Arteta is right and he didn't play, I'll have a playing goalkeeper to basically take his place.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a serious injury. Maybe something that's niggling. We hope,
yeah,
basically. And then the
yeah. But
final draft. Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
there were actually videos of him basically taping his knee after the City game.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
At some
yeah,
point,
yeah,
he was down on the pitch for a while. I thought maybe
yeah.
he was just tired of doing all those saves, but then
No,
maybe.
everyone thought this was Adela basically wasting time and telling his team to, because
Oh, okay.
they do that a lot. They do
Yeah,
that
you
a lot.
have to. You have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't blame them. It's part of the game. But yeah, especially against Man City. Yeah,
yeah.
you can
So
meant to. This is
so
the
hopefully we'll see.
final. Yeah, the final draft.
Yeah,
I see
the
some
final
changes.
draft, because of what we discussed. I'll start from the striking first. Because of what we discussed with on the first draft regarding the
Mm-hmm.
injury concerns for Calvert Lewin. I might actually
Mm-hmm.
cover Calvert Lewin with Solanke, and also remove this guy Van der Ven of Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah.
They are struggling to keep clean sheets and basically have Lewis. Now, Lewis is a gamble. I am very aware of that.
Yeah.
with Pep,
Pep
right?
roulette.
Pep
Yeah.
roulette. So you never know when he will play and when he will not play. But the upside is if he plays, right, and he inverts and all whatnot, you might actually pick an assist here and there. If he doesn't play, I have cover off the bench to
Two.
basically
Yeah. Two other
yeah, yeah, to
starting
basically
defenders. Yeah.
exactly to basically take
Well,
care of that.
looking at the game that they played against Arsenal, like when Walker came in, I wasn't impressed. So Luis might have a chance to be the starting right back in this team.
Definitely,
I hope
definitely.
this might be his season. If Pep really just let's him just free the guy, let him be himself, man. Let him play.
Yeah,
He's capable.
yeah. So
Yeah. So that's a. Mhm.
this draft also has money to basically cover for Salah in case
Okay.
in case I want him by the next game week or the game week after that.
So how do you get to Salah if this is your
Interesting. So it's between Memo. So I'll have to basically make two transfers. Solanke will go off and I'll revert back to Calvert Lewin, and then
Mhm.
maybe do a Memo to Salah or something like that.
So if you already have 3 point something million in the bank, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Dropping from Solanke to
So
DCL, that
we'll
would
save you 1.5.
1.5. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
so
almost
1.5.
5 million.
Yeah, exactly. So that's already,
Five
yeah,
million.
it's able to cover the
Okay,
first.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So Momo
Yeah,
to Salah plus 5, that's about 12 point something million. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's doable. Yeah, man, it's a good draft. I think the midfield is like pretty standard. Most people have the same midfield, maybe plus or minus Smith
Mm-hmm.
Rowe and somebody else, who's a 5.6. Gabriel, Trent, also some through in most drafts. Haaland, you dare not take him out. And then
Mm-hmm.
Raya or two 4.5 or 4 million keeper. Yeah, it's a good solid team. I'll share my team and you will see what the similarities in a second. Yeah, so this is let me just start from one. This is my first draft. So things keep changing because there's a lot of options that I could go with, that I didn't really realize. I was like, okay, let's see. Raya Fabianski, obviously, non-playing keeper. Gabriel uh, Fast from Leicester. Trent Van der Berg, Brentford defender, because apparently the fixtures are, like you said, are coming good. The only problem is I don't know whether this guy starts, because I think Chama mentioned him in the last part that he was a former Liverpool player or something like that. So it's pretty good.
Who is that?
Van der Berg.
Vanderberg. Okay, okay.
4.0,
I don't
yeah,
know.
4.4
Yeah,
point, yeah. So I was like, okay, let me use a Liverpool insider information and try to get this guy. So yeah, Aina also from Nottingham Forest is 4.5, attacking fullback, pretty good. Luis Diaz, me, I'm always about the form. So he was
Mm,
the first one that I had in my team. Let me just draft this guy, because we can't keep on ignoring his goals. Like
yeah,
probably
yeah.
how many? He's probably, I think he's one of the highest uh what do you call it, performing midfielders this season, regardless of all the other others. So you
he's
can't
actually
ignore that.
yeah. But the issue is his playing time. I think there was a quote
Yeah,
attributed to Ancelot about wanting to play Gakpo after the
Gakpo.
international break and things
Hmm.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
the issue is
that's
how
the worry.
secure is he? Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is like if he doesn't play or if he's been shared minutes, right? Especially the
Mhm.
next game they have Wolves, Crystal Palace, and Chelsea. So
Mhm.
the Wolves defense is terrible. Basically, if you watch Wolves play, they always concede. They
Mhm.
Chelsea beat them 6-0 at away. So basically, so against Wolves, then maybe if I see that maybe the minutes have been reduced, it's just a gamble. To probably bring somebody else in, who's more capable. So yeah, Minte, it's still there. He's still there, but I think it's going to be out. It's unfortunate. He's a Gambian brother, but we don't have him in our drafts. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
hope he does well, man. Honestly, because like it's a rough start to the Premier League. Basically, we know what he's capable of. I'm sure he's going to come through. Probably, we're
Yeah.
going to have him in our teams again
Yeah.
soon.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
No doubts about that.
yeah. Mbomo,
Just feeling a bit
Rogers.
patriotic kicking him out of the
Sorry.
team. Just feeling a
I
bit
mean, yeah,
unpatriotic out of
yeah. I mean, man, like
out of the team.
it took me a while to like, man, Minty, man, but it's like
No, no
but
hard
let me
feelings,
I
no
was just yeah, I
emotion.
was
I
trying
gave it to
no
him.
emotion. I was trying to be objective. Let me just try and see. I had him in there for a while. When I felt guilty, I was like, okay. That's why I had multiple drafts, but then it's like, yeah. Well, at least the price point is not as bad. You can always bring him in your team, especially when
Definitely.
their fixtures change. Because I think they have what Brighton have a few fixtures. They have the next game weeks are terrible, man, for Brighton. They have Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, Wolves.
Yeah,
Wolves is a better fixture. Is the best amongst those ones,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
Liverpool, Man City. It's crazy. So if that's why even going without João Pedro is not an issue right now because I don't
definitely,
expect them to do well in these next few game
definitely.
weeks.
You have
And then
Jackson.
Jackson,
Wow.
man. I mean, yeah, Chelsea. But this is just one of the drafts, so I'm thinking about it. I wanted even Palmer, but looking at the fixtures, it's just the next two. It's Brighton and Nottingham Forest. The rest is not so good. So maybe just try to capitalize in the next two game weeks, and then yeah, I'm trying to be differential because I can't have the same team everybody's having if I want to make
Oh yeah,
some
yeah,
progress.
yeah,
Yeah, I have to find these small pockets where I can take
yeah.
advantage,
And the wild
and
card,
then
truth be told, is so template.
that's the thing. Like
Yeah,
almost
that's
everybody has Saka, Rogers, and Bomo.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Luis Diaz maybe, but Gabriel, Trent.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
has those players. So
I mean,
um,
Gabriel everyone has it. I mean, Arsenal defense, Arsenal attack,
yeah, man. I
Brighton
mean,
defense, Brighton attack. That's a template. I mean, that's
so I'm trying to
that's
be very differential or try to be objective about it. So this is my second draft. You can see there are a few changes here. I changed from Raya to
mhm,
Flecken and then
mhm,
Fabianski to playing, which is my style. I don't like having expensive defenders, but Raya has been very undeniable this season, man. Honestly,
mhm, mhm,
you
mhm,
know,
mhm.
Gabriel is still there. Pass instead of Trent, I have Robertson uh, I think right now. I think the
It's
difference in points I did some. It's about 7, and it's 1 million
yeah,
difference. It's not a bad
it's
shout,
not a
man.
big pick. And actually,
Yeah.
I mean, watching Liverpool games, you'll see that Robertson is also, I mean, producing some impressive numbers. He attacks a
Hmm.
lot, uh, if not as much as Trent. But I think the slight advantage Trent has over Robertson is at times he will actually be used as a midfielder.
Hmm.
Like yeah, there's a game that this guy came forgotten the name, that halfback that basically plays in the place of Trent, and Trent actually went to the midfield for those
Okay.
for the remainder of the game. So that's the
Oh,
only
is it
slight.
Bradley, the young
Yeah,
kid?
Exactly. Bradley, the young kid, exactly.
Okay,
Bradley.
okay. And Trent has like his passing capabilities, we all know, and his assist potential. That's the only difference. But yeah, I mean, it's a gamble. We've had this, Trent versus Robertson, the past
Mhm.
few seasons where, but yeah, if money wasn't no issue, there's no way you probably go with Trent every day. But you have
Yeah,
to find ways to save 1 million over there. And then another important one is Konate. He's had a few assists, recently, and people are ignoring that. Liverpool defense is good this season.
it's solid. Yeah,
I think, yeah, once their fixtures are clearing up, I think it shouldn't be an issue. And then you have the midfield, same. I think barely any change apart from Palmer. But looking at things right now, uh, I think Jackson might be the better pick. Yeah, might be the better pick after I thought about
Between
it. So
Palmer and
Palmer is
Jackson.
on this. Yeah, it's either Palmer or Jackson. I think one
Why?
Chelsea
What's your reasoning?
attacker or midfielder.
What's your reasoning for going Jackson
Chelsea,
over?
this is just a draft, a variation of that draft instead of having Palmer. But Palmer has been, he's not on form yet, but he's still delivering. He's had like in the goal against I mean not the goal, the game against Wolves, 3 assists. I think he's still struggling a bit, but he's getting there. And also his price point, it's easy for me to get to him to another like a Salah. Just drop somebody in my attack and go to a Salah easily.
Yeah.
Instead of doing 2 or 3, 4 transfers to get to Salah. So
Yeah.
that's the reasoning behind it. And Calvert Lewin, I'm not too convinced about Calvert Lewin. I already told you about this. It's not, But then the strikers are not really, apart from who Watkins, Rogers, not Rogers, but say Duran. The few strikers are like consistent so far, so good in my opinion. But yeah, it's all about the midfield where the points are going to be. So this is my reasoning behind this variation of the draft. And then the
Yeah.
last one, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
for me, yeah, no, I was about to say for me, Jackson is still a wait and see. I still don't trust that guy, but picking up yellow cards and not scoring goals.
I
So,
know, I know, I
so
know.
let me see how he'll
Yeah.
perform over the next coming game weeks, and then I will consider him.
The, the the trick with him too is that Nkunku scored a hat trick in their midweek game,
Yeah, midweek,
so
yeah.
that's going to be the challenge. I don't know whether I don't know whether Jackson is going to be the mainstay striker, and then Nkunku is the second, substitute striker. But that's the challenge. If somebody scores a hat trick, I mean, he's right on your tail too.
Yeah, definitely.
So he might, instead of going 60 minutes, Jackson might just get like less than 60, and then Nkunku comes in when things are not going okay, and then so that's going to be the challenge too for having Jackson in there. But Palmer, I'm sure he's going to play each and every game.
Oh, definitely,
So that's
definitely,
another one. Yeah.
definitely. That's not an issue with
Last,
him.
last draft you can see is updating from that is the same back line with the Robertson and Konate, and then instead of I have Semenyo, obviously it's the same, but then the front is different. I have Calvert Lewin and then Wood. So yeah,
Mm,
basically. Chris Wood, I don't
not
like
bad.
him as an FPL player, honestly, if you ask me.
But he scored a
Or
last game. Or am
he
I
keeps
making
on
up things?
he keeps on scoring though. Basically,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but he keeps on scoring. So that's the thing. And FPL is all
What don't
about
you like
points.
about him, if I may? What
Sorry,
don't you like about him? What don't you like
I don't
about
know.
him?
I like flair players that have the nice touches. He just doesn't just go puts the ball in the net. Doesn't have any issues. Amor rafetal, no, very do that, you know. No, like yeah. So sometimes you have to remove all these things from FPL and just play the game how the game is meant to be
Yeah,
played.
yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
concentrate on who gives you
Just
value, who
just
gives you
forget
the
about it. Yeah,
points.
exactly. It's
I
it's all
mean, who
about
gives you the
points. So
points? So,
yeah. So basically, that's these are my three teams.
it's not bad. It's as I
Yeah,
said. I mean, wildcard is template. It's a template. So it's the same kind of like thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but this is not bad. I
So out of the
I
three, which one would you prefer the most?
not this one because they are both covered Lewin and Wood. I don't like that. Can I see the
Same.
next one? I don't like that.
Is this
Joao Pedro.
Pedro,
Okay, this is not
Palmer,
bad.
Palmer Cavill doing,
This is not bad. Can I
and
see the
then
last one?
you have this one. But this one was the first one, so Minte is probably going to leave for Semenyo anyways, and then Jackson and then Joao Pedro. So it's just the defense. This one has Trent, and then Gabriel, and then Raya instead. So and then a non-playing keeper. So I think Raya, I've decided he's going to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's going to go. We'll see. I still haven't
Uh,
decided, man. That just tells you my state of mind right now. Like I'm very undecided on my wildcard.
okay.
Just a few
I mean, I'll
players.
say with this more than than the other drafts.
And this is the first one, so yeah, this makes more sense.
Yeah, Arsenal is
So
covered.
yeah,
Brentford is covered.
yeah,
Liverpool, you can easily jump. I mean, if you want to go to Salah, Jackson on form with 2 goals, so that's understandable. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not bad.
I think at some point I have to bring in Konate. Konate, I like Konate for some reason. I think he's gonna do well.
I
This
Are you doubling on Liverpool defense?
I want to.
Ah,
If it, but Raya has to come off. Basically, that's the thing.
okay. So if you remove Raya, who's coming?
Just the
Flecken?
regular starting. Verbruggen is there and Flecken. Yeah, two of them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brentford and I think is it Brentford and Brighton. Yeah, so both of those keepers.
Okay.
So yeah,
Not bad.
so we've discussed. This is like a really wild, a really what do you call it again? In-depth
Oh,
wildcard pod.
yeah.
It's been a while since we had one
Yeah,
of those, but
because I think most of our listeners will actually be on wildcard also, if I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, that's true.
I, I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
from the start of the season, most of us actually highlighted game week 6 as the one to wildcard to go after the
Yeah,
fixtures. So I'll not be
yeah.
surprised.
Some
Most of
wildcarded it in four, but then I still feel like there are some few changes. There's still
the
not
changes. Yeah.
some enough data to go around. Now it's like we know with
Yeah.
players and the fixtures and everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's yeah. There might still be some more data coming up, but still, I think this is like the best time to wildcard, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Between 6 to 8, yeah. Yeah, so we've discussed all of these. So hopefully we settle on our final teams. I'm still changing things, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Same here. Same here.
The thing with me is most times my first draft is the best one. When I keep
Mhm.
changing things, and then I agree, I regret. I wish I had kept the first draft.
Yeah,
But
so for
yeah,
me, maybe one or two players. That's all. And I mean, it's because of the injuries.
yeah,
Yeah,
the job Pedro
that's it.
injuries and
So
yeah,
yeah, and Raya. So we'll probably just wait until the after the press conferences to basically, I mean, make a more informed decision listening to
mhm,
the managers here.
yeah. All right, we've come to the end of the pod. Thank you, Ben, for coming on as usual. You're always
Anytime
welcome,
on.
man. It's always fun having you on the pod. Yeah, and now
Anytime.
that
Thanks,
I
man.
think just yeah, the schedule is going to be a bit tricky for me and Chama, especially now that
Mhm.
he's back full time. So yeah, let's see. I'll let you know. So
Okay.
man, I mean, at least we have somebody on the pod who's doing pretty well this season, so that's good.
Oh no, you you
Because
you you mentioned
me and Chama, woo,
no,
yeah,
you
Chama,
mentioned all
yeah.
content creators are not doing well, so I'm not part of the pod. I don't want to be part of
Well,
the pod
that's good.
and
That's
start
good.
flopping.
You thank you. Yeah, I guess so. This works perfectly for
Exactly.
you. So just keep it as is, man. Ah, all right, man. So thank you
Yeah.
very much for coming as always.
Thanks, man.
Listeners,
Anytime,
please,
man.
yeah,
Anytime.
viewers, please check out the Kotu Classic, and the Jollof Football Bantaba on YouTube, of course, for all your Jollof Football content. Yeah. So catch you guys on the next one.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
thanks, guys.